Audience research. This class definitely, it challenged me, to be completely honest. It was my first time having a prof who banned electronics and actually stuck to it. Changing classrooms so much. So we started at Simard, and then we went to Lamoureux, and then we ended up at that little building on Louis Pasteur. Having readings that are optional, so instead of doing the readings, you could actually watch videos, and doing an autoethnography and field notes. On that last point, the content of this class was very different from what I've been taught before. Learning about autoethnography and audience research really changed the way I looked at what research was and what it could be. In the same way that taking an essay writing class in first year completely challenged what I learned in high school. I've taken 4 research classes for my undergrad, and this is my 5th one. And most of the classes I took implicitly favored quantitative methods, so like numbers or masculine qualities as we learned in class, as opposed to thoughts, feelings, or more feminine qualities. However, this class completely gave me a new perspective on research. So it taught me that data isn't the absolute truth, and that admitting my biases and embracing subjectivity isn't necessarily unacademic or less rigorous. The class taught me to make me and my emotions central and to look at what's strange or abnormal or, not really like the rest, because that's where the richness of information is and where discoveries are more likely to be made. Finally, this class also taught us that we're all connected. There's definitely a myth of individuality that capitalism encourages, according to Professor Strangelove. I also learned so much from my classmates and their projects. Through the topics that were covered, I learned so much about drag shows, about K-pop, about travel photography and Instagram accounts, herb movies, and etc. Through my classmates, I also learned different ways of doing field notes. So coming in, I didn't have any experience doing field notes, but the practice exercises really helped me. And also just seeing how my classmates did field notes. So one of my classmates, she made like a chart with what she felt, what she heard, what she smelled. And I thought that was really neat and really smart. And I don't know, it was my favorite field note presentation of all of them because it was very different from the rest. And it's really something that can, you can do your own thing with field notes. Though I learned a lot in the class, though I did enjoy the class, I think that there were things that could have been improved that I think the prof is cognizant of. So namely, the types of projects. So it was interesting to do different kinds of projects, but I did kind of feel sometimes like I was doubling down on the work, like I was just doing the same thing but in different formats. So I think it would be really interesting, I guess, for the next classes to have each project be like a different milestone so that people can know how to pace themselves. So for example, you could have oral presentation just to show what your research topic is and what you plan on doing your field notes on, and then maybe having one field note to present. And then the next thing could be maybe a video of your impressions after doing all the field notes. And then the report could be just summarizing everything and just doing a final report of the whole thing. Or it could be, a different order. So it could be a report to say what you would be presenting on, a presentation to show all your field notes and impressions, and then a video to talk about your whole thing. Just to talk about your whole project. It can be in any order. So that's the only suggestion that I would give. So yeah, that's it. And those were my impressions on the audience research class.